Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we invite you to explore the fascinating world of the extended British royal family. We'll delve into the life of the Duke of Kent, Edward, and his wife, Katharine, uncovering their personal triumphs, challenges, and enduring devotion to royal duties. You'll also meet other noteworthy members of this remarkable family, such as Prince Michael of Kent and his wife, Marie-Christine, as well as the Duke of Gloucester, Richard, and his wife, Birgitte. Join us as we unravel the stories behind these lesser-known royals and discover how they each found their own paths within the grand tapestry of the British monarchy. The Duke of Kent, Edward. The Duke of Kent, Edward, stands as one of the more enduring members of the British royal family, possessing a longevity in public life that few have matched. Queen Elizabeth II's cousin, he is the son of her fourth uncle, making him a grandchild of King George V and Queen Mary. Edward was born on October 9, 1935, to Prince George, Duke of Kent, and Princess Marina of Greece and Denmark. His life has, from the very beginning, been interwoven with the complexities and responsibilities that have accompanied royal status. He is now 88 years old and has held the title of Duke of Kent for an extraordinary 81 years, having inherited it at the tender age of 7 after the untimely death of his father in a military air crash in 1942. This inheritance thrust him into a position of public recognition and duty long before most children have the slightest concept of responsibility. From that point onward, Edward's life was marked by an ongoing balance of duty, tradition, and personal aspiration. What makes Edward such a unique figure in the royal family is his constant presence at ceremonial events, charity engagements, and military commemorations across multiple decades. His mother, Princess Marina, herself of Greek and Danish royal heritage, was a strong influence on Edward's early upbringing. She possessed a vibrant international background, and this heritage eventually shaped Edward's perspective on royalty, diplomacy, and public service. People who have met Edward or followed him in the media often describe him as dignified, kind, and quietly steadfast. Over the years, the Duke of Kent has taken on numerous patronages and presidencies in areas as varied as education, sport, music, and the military. He was once president of organizations such as the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club and performed myriad official duties on behalf of the monarch. Although he is not as prominently in the public eye as younger royals like the Prince of Wales or the Duke of Sussex, Edward's role remains integral in upholding the traditions and continuity of the monarchy. Notably, Edward served in the military, fulfilling a family tradition of royal men taking commissions in branches of the British Armed Forces. His own father, Prince George, had also been deeply involved in military life. For Edward, this service further cemented his bond to both his inherited duties and the nation at large, as military commitments in the United Kingdom come with ceremonial significance and genuine leadership responsibilities. For younger royal watchers, the Duke of Kent might be a name occasionally spotted on the court circular or glimpsed at major royal celebrations, such as the Trooping the Colour or state funerals. Yet his story, filled with decades of service and an unshakable dedication to his role, is crucial to understanding the continuity of the British monarchy in the 20th and 21st centuries. Katharine, Duchess of Kent. Edward's wife, Katharine, Duchess of Kent, is an equally fascinating figure who, despite being older than Edward by 2 years, making her 90 this year, exudes a gracious warmth that has touched many people over the decades. Born Katharine Lucy Mary Worsley on February 22, 1933, into an aristocratic English family, she holds deep ties to the heritage of the British Isles. Her father was Sir William Arthington Worsley, 4th Baronet, and her mother was Joyce Morgan Brunner, the daughter of another baron. One of Katharine's distant ancestors is the famed Oliver Cromwell, though the connection is often noted with a mixture of pride and historical curiosity, given Cromwell's tumultuous legacy in English history. From an early age, Katharine received the education typical of an aristocratic young lady, focusing on English literature, French, and music. According to relatives, she also explored broader cultural studies, including an appreciation for classic arts and possibly the refinement that came with frequent social events at her family's estate. She displayed an extraordinary affinity for music, learning not only the piano but also the organ and the violin, remarkable instruments that reflect both a disciplined mind and an artistic soul. On the surface, it would appear that Katharine and Edward were a perfect match. Both came from families embedded in nobility, both carried themselves with dignity, and both valued tradition. Yet when Edward proposed marriage, he confronted objections from his mother, Princess Marina, who perhaps held on to certain prejudices regarding British aristocracy versus continental royal lines. Despite these obstacles, Edward, at 25, insisted upon marrying Katharine. Their wedding took place on June 8, 1961, at York Minster, a grand ceremony attended by members of the royal family and influential figures of the time. In the early years of their marriage, the couple enjoyed a close, loving bond. Both were known for their courteous interactions at social and royal engagements, and they projected a sense of genuine warmth, something that endeared them to the British public. However, Edward's military service meant he was frequently away from home, leaving Katharine to navigate both the personal and public sides of royal life on her own. This was no small feat, especially for a young woman who self-identified as introverted. Katharine took on royal responsibilities with composed determination, carrying out engagements, supporting charities, and hosting events. She also brought 3 children into the world: George, Earl of St. Andrews, born in 1962, Lady Helen Taylor, born in 1964, and Lord Nicholas Windsor, born in 1970. One of the more noted aspects of her life as a mother is the attention Helen received from the press for her beauty and fashion sense, echoing the attention that would later be paid to other attractive and stylish royals. Historically, the Duchess of Kent was admired for her genuine interest in people from all walks of life. Her approach to charity work, particularly in the realms of music and children's welfare, grew out of her own personal passions and experiences. While it seemed, from the outside, that she was indeed a perfect partner for the Duke of Kent, cracks in their relationship and the intense pressures they faced as members of the royal family eventually became more apparent. Health challenges and relationship strains. In 1975, at the age of 42, Katharine became pregnant again but had to terminate the pregnancy due to a rubella infection. 2 years later, at the age of 44, she experienced a major miscarriage. These 2 pregnancy experiences caused great physical and mental harm to Katharine. Moreover, in the late 1970s, she suffered from some other illnesses, which left her in a low state. From this time on, cracks began to appear in her relationship with Edward. Gradually, Katharine attended fewer and fewer royal engagements, and Edward was often seen alone. There were rumors that Katharine wanted a divorce, but Edward refused, and they spent their entire lives like this. Katharine's later life and royal withdrawal. In 1996, Katharine became a music teacher at a primary school and later rented an apartment in London to teach piano to children. In addition, she served as the chairperson of several children's music education foundations. Katharine said that music gave her the courage to love life and hoped that with her help, more children could overcome difficulties and immerse themselves in music learning. In 2002, Katharine voluntarily relinquished the title, Her Royal Highness, which was considered a formal withdrawal from royal duties to some extent. Although the Duke of Kent did not have his wife by his side, he diligently performed his royal duties throughout his life and has not retired until now. There is a nickname in the royal family that proves his diligence: Steady Eddie. In 2003, Edward suffered a minor stroke, and Katharine, who had already separated from him, reportedly softened her heart and moved back to Kensington Palace to live with him. Perhaps their romantic love was gone, but familial love remained. Prince Michael of Kent and Marie-Christine, the Duke of Kent, Edward, has a younger brother, Prince Michael of Kent, who is 82 years old this year. Prince Michael's marriage caused a bit of a stir in the British royal family at the time. His wife is from Germany, originally named Marie-Christine von Reibnitz. Both of Marie-Christine's parents were aristocrats, but her father was once a member of the Nazi Party. Moreover, Marie-Christine had been married before marrying Prince Michael, and she was also a Catholic, which hit every sore spot of the British royal family precisely. Fortunately, Prince Michael was a non-essential collateral branch of the family, and he was willing to renounce his right to the British throne for Marie Christine. The royal family also sought the Roman Catholic Church's declaration of nullity of Marie Christine's previous marriage. In this way, she was finally able to marry into the British royal family smoothly. Prince Michael's mother, the Duchess of Kent, Marina, was said to be very fond of him and left them many jewels. It is said that there are even 2 major tiaras, so Marie Christine has always dressed very splendidly after marriage. Coupled with her striking beauty, she looked extremely glamorous. Marie Christine's controversies and rumored relationships. Marie Christine's emotional intelligence seemed to be inferior to her appearance. She often spoke without restraint, causing embarrassment to the royal family. For example, she once publicly stated that the older generation of royals was very boring, and the younger generation, such as Diana, had not received much education. She also liked to boast about her noble lineage and luxurious lifestyle, and she had once made headlines for racial discrimination. However, the most surprising thing about Marie Christine was not what she said but her open appearance with her rumored lover in Italy in 2006. The other party was a young Russian billionaire, and they appeared together in Venice, holding hands and boating with laughter and joy as if no one else were around. Prince Michael seemed helpless with his wife, and there were also rumors that he had his mistress. In any case, the couple did not divorce or become estranged and still appeared together. They have a pair of children, among whom their daughter, Gabriella, received attention recently due to her husband's sudden death. Prince Michael belongs to a collateral branch of the royal family, does not receive royal allowances, and even needs to pay over £10,000 in monthly rent to live in Kensington Palace, so the couple each seeks their source of income. Prince Michael opened a consulting company, while Marie Christine loves to write books and has written several books related to the royal family. The Duke of Gloucester, Richard, Queen Elizabeth II's other cousin, the Duke of Gloucester, Richard, is 80 years old this year. Richard is the second son in the family and has always been scholarly since childhood. He attended Eton College for his secondary education and studied architecture at the University of Cambridge for his higher education. While studying at Cambridge, Richard met his future wife, Birgitte. Birgitte is Danish and not of noble descent. However, her father was a lawyer, and her mother came from a well-off middle-class family. She attended a private school in Switzerland as a child and then studied economics at the University of Copenhagen in Denmark. During her university years, Birgitte came to Cambridge for a study tour and unexpectedly met her lifelong love there. Richard and Birgitte's marriage and responsibilities. Shortly after meeting Richard, Birgitte's study tour ended, and she had to return to Denmark to continue her studies, thus beginning their long-distance relationship. After graduating from university, Birgitte was determined to live in London and found a job as a secretary at the Danish embassy in London. In 1972, the two decided to tie the knot. When they got married, the family's focus was still on Richard's handsome brother, William, the future heir to the family. So Richard marrying a commoner did not encounter much resistance and did not attract much attention. Only a few media outlets made headlines like, "Prince marries secretary," and reported it briefly. After marriage, Richard originally intended to work as an architect. However, just 6 weeks later, there was a major upheaval in the family. His brother William died in a plane crash, and 2 years later, his father passed away. Richard then inherited his father's title and became the Duke of Gloucester. Together with his wife, they became full-time members of the royal family. Family life and Birgitte's enduring elegance. Birgitte and Richard's family life stands out not just for its tranquility, but for the deep-rooted connection between them. With 3 children, they have built a legacy of mutual respect, love, and understanding. Unlike many couples who face tumultuous phases in their relationships, Richard and Birgitte managed to preserve a stable and harmonious household throughout their decades together. Richard, a paragon of consistency, never wavered in his gentlemanly demeanor. His actions, always thoughtful and considerate, were a source of stability for the family, creating a strong foundation on which Birgitte could continue to shine. Birgitte, on the other hand, appeared to evolve in front of the world's eyes, not only as a partner but as a woman who embodied grace at every stage of life. Her elegance, which once began as a gentle spark, transformed into a radiant, almost ethereal aura. What's fascinating is how her elegance is not simply a reflection of physical beauty, but of a life well lived, one marked by nurturing, love, and deep familial bonds. She possessed an extensive collection of jewels, each piece carefully chosen to reflect not just her status, but her personal taste and sophistication. From tiaras to bracelets and necklaces, these jewels were more than just ornaments, they were a part of her identity, each piece telling a story of royal life and refined tastes. Interestingly, their collection was often noted to rival that of even the renowned jewels worn by Princess Diana and Kate Middleton. This subtle yet striking display of luxury was never gaudy or ostentatious, but rather, it spoke volumes about her quiet confidence and understanding of style. Her clothing and accessories always complemented the seasons of her life, never straying too far from her core identity, but always evolving just enough to remain fresh. Her elegance wasn't born out of mere appearances but from a confidence rooted in the strength of her character and the profound relationship she shared with Richard. One of the most poignant milestones in their journey was their 50th wedding anniversary in 2018. Celebrating half a century together at Kensington Palace, the occasion wasn't just a celebration of love but a testament to the resilience of their relationship. 50 years of marriage is no small feat, and their ability to maintain a deep bond, marked by mutual respect and admiration, became an example to many. It is often said that longevity in marriage speaks volumes about the strength of the connection between two people. Richard and Birgitte's golden anniversary wasn't merely a celebration of time past, but a reflection of the quality of those years spent in each other's company. Now, at the age of 78, Birgitte's radiance is a testament to the truth that a woman's appearance, especially in her later years, is often a reflection of her inner peace and happiness. It's a fact that time, when embraced with joy and fulfillment, leaves an indelible mark that enhances beauty rather than diminishes it. Birgitte, with her silver hair and graceful figure, proves that age is not something to be feared or fought against. Instead, it is something to be celebrated. Her flawless makeup, which accentuates her natural features, and her regal bearing are a direct reflection of a life that has been enriched by love, family, and happiness. The elegance she exudes now is not just the result of her physical appearance, but the radiant energy of a life well-nourished, full of emotional fulfillment and mutual respect. What makes Birgitte's story even more remarkable is how her elegance, both outward and inward, has shaped her legacy. It's easy to dismiss elegance as something superficial or fleeting, but Birgitte shows us that true elegance is rooted in the relationships we cultivate, the love we give and receive, and the respect we carry for ourselves and those around us. Thank you for watching. The stories of Edward and Catherine, Prince Michael and Marie Christine, and Richard and Birgitte illustrate the unique ways in which members of the royal family balance tradition, personal challenges, and public service. From the Duchess Catherine's dedication to music education to the Duke of Kent's steadfast commitment to his royal duties, each journey reveals a different facet of life within the British monarchy. We hope you enjoyed this closer look at these lesser-known royals. If you found this video insightful, be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating stories of history, heritage, and royalty.